Hello everyone, this is the Volvo EX30 Cross Country twin motor ultra feature package, and we're doing 110 kilometers an hour range test now. I just did the 130, didn't get far because today it's amazingly cold. We had -8 in the morning, now it's -5. Battery was cold. I preheated the battery on the way here. I got 20 kilowatt when we plugged in. Now at 8%, I arrived with 3%, I get 60 kilowatt. It says 50 minutes to 80%. Long time, but we have to do it. We are right here on the highway. We're gonna go on there and see how far we can go with 110. The car's 20-inch winter tires on, has a heat pump. Consumption at the 130 test was extremely high. Let's see how it is at 110. Now we got it, 153 kilowatt after 8 minutes at 15%. It took a bit. I'm on my way again, and this time I drive 113, that's GPS speed 110. Someone coming from behind, do I have to speed up a bit? I think so. Just a tiny bit. He's not so mean. He's okay. There we go. Heat, same setting as before, 24 degrees. It's not hot in here, it's okay warm. Seat heater on full, steering wheel heater on 1. Why is everyone driving so slow? I had to pass like 5 cars already, and I just entered the highway. I charged to 80%. I said the car has a heat pump and everything. God, the distance is really, I have it on the lowest distance and still the car slows down and it keeps a big distance. Wow. Yeah, we'll see how the car is. Let's go. I used 10% of the battery, drove 27 kilometers, calculated range, so 270 kilometers. Consumption, this time we need the upper number. This time it worked, that when I charged it reset the trip for this drive. That means I can stop and it won't reset. Woohoo! Consumption a bit high, but hello, that's today. It says -3, it feels way colder out there. At least it's not wet. Not snowing, not raining, it's just cold. I turned down my heat to 23. It was almost a bit warm in here. Didn't want that. I used 25% of the battery. I'm at 55 and I drove 66 kilometers. What's this times 4? 264 kilometers. You see the consumption here, my average speed. I will soon navigate back to the charger and also use the preheating of the battery because I need it. It's too cold today and I need a bit of charging power, and this charging stop before, it worked pretty well. So I had 154 kilowatt. And it took, I don't even know, 35 minutes? I have to look, but it wasn't fast, but it was okay. How is the Volvo EX30 Cross Country at 110? Driving like this, and it's really nice. It's quieter by a lot. Way less wind noise, still comfortable. Now I can have the steering assist on the whole time. It's awesome. But again, I found the trick with the 130. You just resume above and then it stays on till you have to switch lanes. Then you have to do it again, which is a bit annoying, but still. I navigated back to the charger and it thinks I will arrive with 15%. I hope it thinks I'm driving 130, but the time for 80 kilometers around 40 minutes. That's about there. But I want to arrive with 15% anyways, around that. That would be nice. Then I charge to 80%, come back to Deckendorf, do my power drive with 180. See how the car is when you drive longer at 180. Today and Sunday it's just way better. And then I go home. But still, with a car with this high consumption and small battery, even though it doesn't charge amazing, the tests are done a bit faster. Usually I drive 130 in the summer, 2.5 hours, and then again 2.5 hours with the 110 test, and then charging in between. Today was a bit faster. I used 50% of the battery, drove exactly 120 kilometers, so 240 kilometers of range. My consumption went up a bit. It still says -4 degrees. My phone says -7. I have no idea. It still thinks I will arrive with 13%, so that's okay. I'm 28 kilometers away and it thinks I will arrive with 11% now. And I arrive a few minutes later, so it doesn't know the exact speed that I'm driving. I have 74 kilometers of range, 28 kilometers to go. That doesn't sound right. It should be way less range that I have, but whatever. All good. Nice traffic today, not a lot. So what I said in the beginning, it's a lot of traffic. It was just in the beginning for a few minutes. Since then, it's nothing. I barely have to overtake. That's awesome. This video is brought to you by A Better Routeplanner, the route planner for EVs. Hundreds of cars are supported. Choose your configuration, plan your route with the charging network that you want to prefer or charging networks that you want to avoid. If you're a premium member, you can use real-time weather forecast and traffic information, and you can also use A Better Routeplanner in your car with Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Use the link in the description to support the channel and use A Better Routeplanner Premium for 30 days for free. I arrived with 9%, drove 166.7 kilometers, the same as with the 130 test, and it's spot on with Google Maps. Here's my consumption, my average speed and everything. So I calculated the range and I get to 235 kilometers from 270 in the beginning. Maybe it was also a lot with the battery preheating, but I need it. It's so cold. If I don't do this, I stay 2 hours here to charge. The other day, where I could just preheat the battery for 5 minutes, it gave me 20 to 30 kilowatt, and it said 4 hours from 30 to 100%. And I charged to 80 or so, and it took 1.5 hours, something like this. It was horrible. So no, not gonna do this. This is, and when you do a long distance trip, this is what you can expect: high consumption because of when it's so cold, and when you need the battery preheating. It's just how it is. There's no way around it. If you want to compare range results, by the way, there's a link in the description below to a Google Spreadsheet where you can see all the results of my range tests and my long distance trip tests. If you want to follow me on Instagram, BatteryLife1, and if you want to support the channel, there's a Patreon link in the description below. And here on YouTube, there's also channel membership. And if you want to know what's happening behind the scenes, I have a third YouTube channel, Behind the Battery. But that's it for me. Thank you much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.